What's our duty now as Muslims? You see, I had an ustad. The older people would know him. Moulana Ismail Abdur Razzaq. One of the senior alims of this country. An activist. Right? He was part of the liberation of this country. He was exiled. And he had to he spent time in Africa and then he spent time in Egypt. Eventually he came back to the country. He lived in a small town called Ladysmith. But he was a visionary. He had a style that never gelled with many people. But he was a visionary. He opened an organization in a small town, Ladysmith. If you think Ladysmith is small now, you never see it those days. Right? So, he opened an organization that time by the name of Darul Quran Islamic Trust International. International. Not even national. In a small village called Ladysmith. Not provincial, not national. International. Right? Darul Quran Trust International. I don't know if the word Islamic was there. It was just Darul Quran Trust International. So, Moulana Ismail Abdur Razzaq, he would, if he's traveling, he would come here to this masjid, he'll read his namaz in the first saf. After namaz, he will stand up. Assalamu alaikum, nahmaduhu wa nusalli alayhi. He didn't need an invitation to give a talk in your masjid. He would just stand up and deliver a message. A short message for 5 minutes. The cry of Moulana Ismail Abdur Razzaq, this is what I want to highlight to you, young people, going out in the field. The cry of Moulana Ismail Abdur Razzaq, at the time when apartheid was at its height, you couldn't imagine that the local people will rule this country, their own country. You couldn't imagine it at that time. A man of dark skin could not walk after 5 on the street. He couldn't be in the town after 1 on a Saturday. Right? So you don't know those days. You've never seen it, you don't understand it. He couldn't stand in the same line in his own country. Right? There was a different line for white people. There was a different line for Indian people. There were different areas. You couldn't live in just anywhere and buy anywhere and live anywhere. It was different. If you went to the dam here, there was a signboard. Whites only. Coloreds, Asians. There was no sign for the African people because they were not allowed. But yet it was their country. That was apartheid. At that time, Moulana Ismail Sahab used to go town to town. And his one cry, he used to say, go to your local people and give Islam to them. Go and make da'wah. And wallahi, he used to say this, and people thought he's mad. He used to say, the day is going to come when they're going to rule the country. You give them da'wah today, they will listen to you. Because today they are oppressed. They will know that you're coming to them sincerely. Not because you're a tender bender. Not because you want tenders from the government. Not because you want to make corruption. No, you are coming sincerely to give them Islam. So they will listen to you. And they are soft-hearted people. They will accept Islam because Islam is a natural way of life. A lot of their habits are already Islamic. It's very easy for them to take to Islam. So he used to go town to town, masjid to masjid, and he used to say this. And he didn't only say it. He bought a farm, the outskirts of Ladysmith, which became part of Ladysmith now. But those days it was the outskirts. And he used to do dawah. And he used to bring the youngsters, young African Zulu people, because Ladysmith was Zulu people. And he used to make them Muslim and he used to keep them there. He taught them Quran. Wallahi, when those children used to read Quran, if you put a parda in front of them, you'll swear an Arab is reading Quran. He taught them Quran like that. So we failed. Sahaba went to every place, they took Islam. We came to make money. We mustn't fool ourselves. Be true. We didn't go out there to the local person and give them Islam. So that's what we have to do. We can't worry about what's in social media. We have to worry about our duty that we didn't fulfill. We have to give da'wat to the non-Muslims. We have to go and showcase Islam to them. And that you will do with your akhlaq. And I gave our students a very simple example. I said, tomorrow you are going to go in the bus. You're going home in a bus. If on that bus you see an Indian Muslim old lady, you will go to help her with her bags. If there is an Indian Muslim family on that bus, you'll go and share your food with them. But when you are on that bus and you see an African old lady, why don't you go help her to carry her bag? If you got some sweets with you and you see an African child, why don't you go and that child is looking at you eating the sweets. Why don't you take the sweet and go and offer it to that child? That is your da'wah. You can go with your kitabs. You can go and give a big lecture there in the location. Nobody's going to listen to you. But you show akhlaq. Show akhlaq. Show the akhlaq of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And people will get attracted to the deen of Allah. Because the deen of Allah is a magnet. We can't bother about what's being said in social media and what's going to happen and whether Ramaphosa is selling the government to the DA or whatever is happening. We don't know all that. That's their problem. We got one purpose. To connect ourselves with Allah Ta'ala and connect the makhluk of Allah to Allah Ta'ala. Everything else in this world will come and go. At the end of the day, we have to pass on Yawmul Qiyamah. So what answer are we going to give to Allah Ta'ala? That we came to a country, we benefited from its resources, we became citizens of the country, we ran our businesses, we built our masajid, we built our madaris, but we didn't give da'wah to the local person. So there are many musallas, maktabs that have been closed because all the teachers, they were foreigners. So now is the time to bring the local people who we supposed to have reached out to long time ago. It was our weakness. We didn't reach out. So now is the time to reach out to them. Bring them close. And now do da'wah. And see how Islam will spread. This whole thing maybe is an opportunity Allah Ta'ala is giving us once again. To spread your deen. That's your objective, that's your mission. Spread your deen. Let us not lose the opportunity. Let us not lose the opportunity. Allah Ta'ala give me tawfiq. Allah give you tawfiq. My Shaykh, Hazrat Patel Sahab Rahmatullahi. 14 maids worked in his house over 14 years. Every maid accepted Islam. Why? Because he instructed his wife, his honorable marhuma wife, and his daughters, that you sit at the same dastarkhan and eat with them. Call the maid to sit with you there and eat with her. So when they saw the akhlaq of a Muslim, they accepted the deen. So Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. We make da'wah and spread Islam and show a good example of a Muslim. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. Akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.